What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday midweek. We are coming to you by storm with some of the best topics that we could find today. How are you doing, Francesca?
Great. Another day. I was sad last night.
$1.
Another day, another dollar. No, didn't. Went to sleep angry.
Angry health.
Angry because of the Eagles, not because of anything else.
Yeah.
But just like a Monday night game sucks because it was like already late and then it just ended so poorly that I was like, damn, all there is now is to just go to bed pissed off. Like reading tweets about the team and like falling asleep and being like, that sucked.
So do you think this team does not have what it takes to make it to the Super Bowl this year?
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah. They're smelling like a first round playoff elimination.
Wow.
Yeah, not good. Their offense looks terrible.
How quickly you turn on your team.
I know a lot of people say that. Everyone's like, when you're being dramatic, they're still 10-4. They are, but they're just like, you could be 10-4, but they won all their games at the beginning of the year. They don't matter, they're over.
We're getting to the point where it matters.
We're in the point where they should be playing their best football. They're playing their worst.
That's not good.
Not good.
No, we don't like to see
like
that.
you don't want to be trending downwards going into the playoffs. That's not good.
No.
And we're trending way down. Way down.
Well, I'm sorry that they disrupted your Monday night like that because I find that to be extremely rude.
And I had a lovely Monday night. Before that, I ordered chili.
Yum.
Because I was in the mood for a good chili.
Where from?
Westville. They have a great chili. And turkey chili,
have you ever
to be exact.
I do. I've gotten that many times.
Yeah, turkey chili. It's really good.
Yeah. Have you ever had Wendy's chili?
No.
Wendy's used to.
has a chili?
I'm not sure if they still have it, but as a kid, I know Wendy's used to have a bomb chili. Back when Wendy's was yellow.
I'm intrigued.
Do you remember when Wendy's was yellow?
No, we were never a Wendy's family.
Really? So you didn't Frosties?
The first time I ever had Wendy's, I was like in college.
Really?
Because there wasn't a Wendy's near us.
Okay.
It was either McDonald's or Burger King. Like
that makes
those
sense.
were the options.
Wait, what do you mean Wendy's was yellow?
When Wendy's was yellow, the packaging was yellow. Do you guys remember when Wendy's was yellow?
What is it now?
White, I think. Red. No, it's red. Yeah, Wendy's is red
Like
now,
the
but it used to be
bags and stuff?
it used to be yellow with red writing.
Oh, I do know. See, I
like that.
I thought they still did that.
No, it used to be yellow, and they used to have a bomb ass chili. And by the way,
now, red?
They also have an amazing sweet potato. It's red now. Yes.
Yeah.
The red is sleek.
Yeah. No,
Screams
I was
Wendy's.
McDonald's was the one closest. And then Burger King was the town over, but more we would like to go there because they had the play thing.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
You know,
That's a
like
pull.
the jungle gym inside.
Yeah.
Which, God, looking back, gross. Just gross. You let your kids run around in there like that.
Are you going to let your kids run around in a jungle gym?
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to.
They have to.
Right. You don't want to
But
be the
as
mom
an
who's
adult,
like, you can't go in the jungle gym.
Now I have sympathy, or not sympathy, like I can empathize with my friends' parents that were like rubbing disinfectant all over them when they were coming out. Now that makes a lot of sense. Because gross.
Right, kids bring home germs and stuff.
So many germs. Kids have so many germs. When I nannied in the city, I got sick so much.
From the
Three
little
kids.
rascals.
Yeah, they were amazing. Loved those. The kids were fantastic. I loved hanging out with them. But I got strep throat like 4 times that year.
That's
It was like an unbelievable amount of times to get strep throat. And that was the year I went to the hospital because I took I took amoxicillin like so much that my stomach was just ripped to shreds.
Right, that would make sense.
And I went to the hospital on Christmas. I don't know if I've told that story at the live shows, but I was like, you know that story, but I was just like, that's the year I went to the hospital
on Christmas. Strep throat. Too many times.
But no, they really did. Like, they just school. They bring home. They're snotty,
right?
And you're the one. Blow your nose. You're holding the tissue.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was but you can't like not let your kids do stuff, you know?
No, right. You can't help a snotty kid because if your kid's sick, whatever, you gotta let your kid do things. Yeah. I do think there becomes a certain age where you have to teach your kid to not be like the Powerade mouth kid. You know, like if you're drinking like a red Powerade, when it's like the mustache, the ring. Like as soon as my kid is old enough to learn about that, they're going to be taught that they need to wipe their mouth.
Just that specifically?
Specifically. Like it just is like that's going to be the one thing.
They'll just be carrying around a straw at all times.
Yeah, like that's the one thing, the ring around the mouth. It's like you can do whatever you want. You can have mud everywhere. But if you have a red drink ring around your mouth, we're scrubbing it.
Yeah. Chicks in the Office is brought to you by Body Armor's newest product, Flash IV. I have it in my hand right now. This is the Strawberry Kiwi Rapid Rehydration. It's time to reach for real rehydration with Body Armor Flash IV. It's packed with electrolytes, zinc for added immune boost, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Flash IV provides the rehydration your body needs, whether you are feeling under the weather, had an intense workout, or you just had a long weekend and a case of the Sunday scaries heading into a new week. Head on over to the Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. So right now you guys can see that this is the Strawberry Kiwi in my hand for the Body Armor Flash IV. Really full of electrolytes, which is so great. A long weekend, you get a couple of these, you're good to go. After a workout, make sure you're rehydrating. Also has zinc and vitamins B and C, which is great. Coconut water and that zinc and that vitamin B and C bring in for that immune support. It's natural flavors and sweeteners. Body Armor Flash IV is available at the Body Armor store on Amazon. It's that easy. You know, Amazon's quick. You'll get it sent right to your door. So get yours today. Body Armor Flash IV at the Body Armor store on Amazon. I wrap presents. Mm-hmm. Really proud of myself, actually, for being a little bit ahead of the game because I am spending Christmas with Joe's family, and we're seeing some of his nieces and nephews, not all. And I had to mail presents for the family that we're not seeing.
Yes.
Because I had gotten gifts.
Yep.
And I did that already. Wow. And I was like just proud of myself for being ahead of the game and like getting the box. Well, I just took a box from here, which was great because there's boxes everywhere. I was like, I need a big box. Found one, wrapped the presents, took it to FedEx, off it went. I was very proud of myself for doing that. For doing that already. And you know, I actually have a toy store that's close to me that's just like a great toy store. I go every year for Christmas, I go and buy gifts, and I probably like overbuy things because I'm like, damn, that's so cool.
Right, but
that's so cool.
That's the best kind of person, right? Like it's like, oh wow, Aunt Fran like bought me all these cool things this year, but then you also have to like live up to the hype every year.
Yeah,
then you're the aunt, or you know, I'm assuming the aunt in this case, that is buying all the cool gifts, and then
good gifts,
and then you have to like uphold an image going.
No,
forward.
I know. I felt that way because this is the second Christmas I've spent with them, and the first Christmas I felt like I did a great job. And I have felt a pressure that I have put on myself,
right,
to reach that level.
Yeah.
So I was like in the toy store, being like, I gotta get some good stuff.
Right. I'm in the same boat where I love giving gifts. Like I really love, more than receiving. I love, And I know people say that a lot, but like,
no,
because everybody loves receiving gifts, right? Who doesn't love to receive a nice gift? Yeah. But I get really excited when I buy something that for somebody that I know that they're gonna freak out over.
People I think turn their nose up at when you do like your love languages and like gift giving or whatever. Like I don't know if it's receiving or.
Acts of service. Well, no,
but then there's a different one that is gifts. What is that one?
I think it is gift giving.
Okay, but I feel like people relate that to like receiving gifts,
but
you know, but gift giving also just warms my heart. Yeah. Like I do love giving gifts to people too.
It's the best feeling, seeing them light up.
Oh yeah.
So my parents are in Florida, and I've talked about this. They're not spending the holidays home.
Yes.
And my siblings are not happy about that, but it's all right. We're moving forward. And I sent them their Christmas gifts already. And the way that I had sent it was like they were basically receiving a new gift.
You were also ahead of the game.
I was really ahead. This was last week. They were receiving gifts like every day last week because it wasn't all sending at once. And they would call me and they were just
but you could also just send stuff for
I
them
was
to
just
open.
sending I didn't
send
like wrap
them.
I just sent it straight there.
I mean, with little kids you're like, you want to wrap it,
and it's just stuff that like my parents would never ever in a million years buy for themselves. And so seeing their faces of like just pure joy.
When you get to spoil the people you love, it's very nice.
And this year I was like really adamant on showing my parents and Marty's parents like a Christmas that they gave us all these years, like growing up, like, my parents really went all out for Christmas. Like it wasn't like, like Christmas was the time that we received new things. So that was like when my parents like went all out. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, wow, like my parents, your parents, like they haven't had a Christmas where they like open up gifts and feel like a kid since they were kids. Like it's been so long. They've always just been giving. So I was like, this year I want them to have a Christmas where they are not worried about giving us anything, that it's like they are receiving the gifts and they get to feel like kids again. And I think that we accomplished that with my parent. We accomplished it with Marty's parents too, but we're spending Christmas with them, so that will be Christmas morning where we're really excited for that. But like my parents, like my mom was like, I haven't been this excited since I got my Barbie dream house, like when she was a kid, which is like the cutest thing ever. And it just warmed my heart because I was like, you guys have given us so much. Like you're my parents. You have given me so much throughout the years. Like you should get that sense of like it's Christmas again too. So that's been really joyful to see. It is ahead of the game.
And buying gifts is that I still consider, like, I am almost 30 years old and I feel like I am 12. Like sometimes where I still think about like and the times have changed, of course, but I'm like still think that I'm a trendy 12-year-old where I'm like, oh, she'll love this gift. Like, like this is a great gift, like whatever. But no, did you ever, did you snoop when you were little, like to find the gifts in the house?
No, I
did.
I was not a snooper.
I snooped.
I like the surprise. I went out of my way to not, like if I saw my mom rapping, I'd be like,
not every year that I snooped, but there was one year that JB and I found like everything and we were like, yes.
It was like finding the jackpot. That's also fun with your siblings though.
Yeah.
To like find that, have that moment with your siblings.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't a big snooper. Obviously we gave like Christmas lists, but I kind of had a feeling of what I would, be getting because of the list. And like I said, like throughout the year, it wasn't like we really ever got like a lot of new things. It was like Christmas was like when we would get gifts, like the new stuff. Always some sort of, not always, but like I think back to like one year is like a Nintendo DS.
Right.
The next year you're getting your first laptop. Like all these like big moments happening on Christmas. But yeah, this year is a little bit different because my parents aren't here, but I am going to see them over the break in Florida, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, we just have like the exact same holiday plans.
Yes, I think that they're okay. Like they're perfectly okay with not being here.
Well,
for
my
Christmas.
parents are actually coming up here. I just won't see them.
Yeah, they I think it's definitely, my sister's pregnant, so it's definitely hitting her a little bit harder.
Right.
On parents not being here, but they're already so excited for next year's Christmas because we're gonna have a little baby. Because my sister is due in February, so by that time, they're like, oh my God, but think about next Christmas when we're all here and there's a little baby and it's like all of that. So it is exciting time of the year. And I feel proud of us for getting our shit done.
I know, right? Wrapping our gifts.
How mature of us.
It's very nice. And there's like a couple things I do hope. Honestly, the one thing I don't have is your gift.
It's always the ones you love the most.
I know. Well, I blame the TikTok shop.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know,
don't worry,
maybe
I'm
not the most reliable place to buy a gift from, but
Listen,
this is the thing.
I saw the gift I got you back in like November, so I've just had it for so long because, and I was like, when do I give this to her? And then I was like, well, I'll just wait till Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So now we'll do it at the end of this week, but I'm just gonna have to like
show
you a picture or something because, of course, it's and I was waiting for something. Like I remember when you had told me that, and it was a while ago, and then I was like, okay, I just need to wait for something to come across my desk, you know, that I see that I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to like shop for a little something sometimes. Like I was afraid that if I did shop for you, like I would end up getting something nicer. You know?
That makes sense.
And when I saw this, I was like, oh, perfect. But
I'll be completely honest with you. I almost got you something else too. And I stopped myself because I said, no, we said little things.
I would have been very upset.
And I was like, no, don't do that. So I'm saving that for
you
something
still
else.
haven't done that, right?
No, I haven't done it.
Good,
I swear.
Okay, good.
I swear on everything, what I got you is the most.
Look, there's a lot. There's going to be a lot of things in the next 2 years for us to give each other gifts for. So
listen, it's cute.
Yeah,
it's very you. It made me think of you, and so I bought it.
Perfect.
And that's really it's nothing to write home about. You may even forget it. Like you may not even bring it home. Like that's how much. I hope you do.
Okay,
but you may be like really.
Mine's more of like a gag gift. Like it's like more like funny.
Oh, mine's kind of funny too.
Okay. Oh, good. I didn't know if
It's like funny. You'll be like, oh, this is so cute.
Okay. Perfect.
You know,
we've talked about this so
we
much.
have. I might as well have just given it to you, but I don't. It's at home. I got to remember to bring it.
We have talked about this far too much to know, but my rapping skills have developed tremendously, I would say.
Don't you notice as you get older, your rapping skills really kick it up a notch?
I used to rap my own like once I got old enough where my mom was like, you know I'm rapping gifts, like it's not a big secret. I was enlisted to help rap, and I always tried to like not rap. I was like, I don't want to rap my own gifts, but like I would help for JB and Gia's.
That makes sense.
So got a lot of practice in, and then I didn't for a while.
Yeah.
And now I'm back in the rapping game.
Listen, when you take your rapping game up a notch, it feels really good. Like, because you could do the classic rapping, right? But then when you throw a bow on there.
A ribbon.
Oh my.
You know what I love?
Tying a nice ribbon.
You know what I love?
For the big ones?
Yeah, the little stickers with the
of course.
To put the names.
Of course. You got to label it.
Yeah, label.
Well, a lot of times, like in the past, I've just written
it right on the wrapping paper. Yeah, same.
Oh, I love a label because my mom always used to write from Santa, and I'm like, I know it's not from Santa, but thank you.
Yep.
She still does that.
What age did you realize Santa was? Sorry, Annie.
Early.
Yeah, also,
I held on for a long time.
I should have thrown a spoiler in there. We got some people that listen with their kids around. It's true.
Well, I hope that we didn't
just ruin. That would be something.
That would be unfortunate.
No, these are the things that, like, when I talk to you about how my memory, some things I remember and some things that I have no idea. No idea. I don't remember what age I was. I don't remember how it happened.
You were oldest, so I'd assume
it was later.
It was later
for
you.
Sure. I would say maybe like 4th, 5th grade. I guess it'd probably be 5th. What?
I think I was like middle school. Like I was still like, he's real.
Yeah. Well,
you were one of those, yeah.
I think deep down I knew, but then I was like, no.
You're holding on to the dream.
Yeah, of course. And that's not bad.
The tooth fairy I always knew wasn't real. I was like, I know that's my parents.
It's like, but the tooth fairy,
Easter bunny, no shot.
I mean, obviously not.
No, I have 2 older siblings, so by the time it got to me,
I was the oldest. So.
That dream gets crushed pretty early on.
Yeah.
When you're the youngest. And there's a 6-year age gap between me and my sister. So, and then my brother's in the middle.
That's the same with me and my sisters.
I want to say maybe I like heard it at school.
Oh yeah, the bad girls at school.
There were always the girls or the kids that had older siblings, and I wasn't one of them. So I would hear things but always be too afraid to repeat them. Same kind of thing with learning about like sex stuff. Like I had no idea about anything and always pretended like I did, but I truly had no idea. Like in middle school, I had friends using phrases that I was like, I don't know what.
It's like those movies where you're just throwing it out.
I have no clue. I'm gonna act like I do, but I do not.
I like vividly remember certain moments where, first of all, the people that ruined Santa were the same people that taught me like what a blowjob was and everything. It's the same group of girls, same class. Thing. And me and my best friend growing, we were, you know, in middle school and elementary school more on the innocent side, and they were the bad girls that were getting into it, and you learn from them. But I remember one kid, this was in like sixth or seventh grade, where this kid was like talking about his brother getting a blowjob, and he was like, yeah, my brother said this girl like sucked his dick, like so graphic, and I was like, I will never put my mouth on,
never,
and then I was like, a couple years later, I was like, give it to me.
No, that was
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh my
goodness.
You're trying to be like, there's kids who listen to this.
I know,
Don't talk about Santa.
Seriously, we were just talking about Santa. No, I never like openly. My mom laughs because she's like, there was one time she was like, I tried to talk to you about sex like one time, and you like like went like this, like, la, 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 like ran away and was like, I don't never.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had the like sex talk
never.
Like,
I never let my parents do it. I said no
or whatever. Like I kind of just learned, and then I remember when I had like my first quote unquote like serious boyfriend in high school. I remember my parents picking me up from his house and being like, my dad saying to me, he was like, listen, if you get pregnant, I'll still love you, but I really like won't like you anymore. Like he was like, I was like 15. He was like, if you get pregnant at this age, we'll love you. We're not going to like you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so they like, we're getting the gist here. You know what I mean? Like it was like, you know, we're not going to lock you in the house and have you not know what sex is. But like, you know, here's some ground rules.
Right.
And
they weren't completely out of it.
Yeah. I was about to say something really bad. I'm going to keep it in.
That's okay. I don't really have anything else to share at the moment.
About learning about the birds and the bees? No, did
yeah,
your
or,
parents have
or Santa.
Did your parents have the birds and the bees talk with you?
No, I think they probably didn't want to have it more.
You're
than
also
me.
the oldest.
Yeah, but they just, especially my dad, like they're too uncomfortable to even like want to have that conversation with me.
Right.
Like, which I love. Like, I don't want to have that.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you sign off in what grade are you
health,
in?
We had
health
in, like,
class.
fifth grade.
You have to bring home a permission slip for your parents to sign, which I was ecstatic about. Like all other permission slips, I signed myself. Like my mom would be like, yeah, just whenever you get a permission slip, just sign my name. I don't care. So like her signature was my signature at one point, but that one I specifically brought home to her to sign. Like, Mom, I'm about to learn today, you know? Like,
and we learned in middle school, but it was like Catholic school, like teaching it, you know? So it just wasn't, it was
like
a different,
our health
a
class
different type of like, like it wasn't,
like when you get married and.
It wasn't like a condom on a banana kind of health class. It was like, this is this is what your body does and what your body looks like, and when and then you have a baby, and then that like and like it's like you don't do this until you have a baby.
Right. I think in public school they're like, they pass out condoms.
Yes,
Did they also try to terrify you of drugs and all that in health class? Because they did that for us, like especially inhalants.
Yeah,
they were like, I was till to this day, I'm like so scared of like sniffing anything because.
Did they make
you could die on the spot.
Did they make you wear the drunk goggles?
Yeah.
We had to do that too in health class. And we were
drunk goggles.
Once we got to high school, health class was in 10th grade. And our health teacher was really cool, and we were already at the point where most of us started drinking. So like she would make us wear these like drunk goggles, and we'd be like, this isn't what it's like. Like we were kind of obnoxious in that way, because it was a little like 10th grade, having like, you know, you're learning about this stuff, which of course.
Oh, mine was way earlier than mine was in middle school. Like
yeah,
the middle school was the sex stuff.
Middle school, and
they did it all in middle school for me.
Middle school was a lot. Well, middle school was DARE.
I don't even think I had health class in high school.
Do you guys have DARE?
No.
Oh yeah. They had like assemblies all the time.
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
What does it
We
stand
didn't
for?
have that.
Drug and alcohol, something education, maybe. Drug abuse resistance education. Okay,
See,
so I had
that
the first
really
and
left
last
an impact on us.
first and last letters.
Yeah,
Correct.
DARE really did its job there.
They try.
Yeah. I guess they never like drugs and alcohol weren't even brought up to us in middle school. It was like the sex stuff, like a lot of pube talk, I remember.
Oh, God.
Because I remember like coming home talking, like my mom was like, so what did you like learn? And I was like, oh my God, like so much about hair. They were like trying to tell us how to like properly shave our armpits. I remember they were telling us how to like, we had to shave them in like a star.
What?
And I was like, what? And like sometimes when I shave my armpits now these days, I'll like have a flashback to like, I'm like, am I supposed to be shaving it? Like it's like a one thing I remember.
Like
crisscross all around. Yeah, I don't know, like a star. I was like, that one stuck with me.
they really wanted to make sure you had a thorough shave under there.
They were like really making sure we you know weren't having hairy armpits.
Seriously.
One day
The American Girl doll book?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah.
I remember when my legs started to grow hair, and I was on my way to a Target go-see for like I was a kid, and it was a bathing suits for Target, and my legs were hairy, and I was in the car, and it was summertime, and I looked at my dad, and I was like, so me and my dad spent a lot of time together going back and forth to the city because my dad got home earlier from work, and my mom worked like from 8 to 5 or whatever. So my mom did come along sometimes, like the days she had off, but other times was just me and my dad. And so I just think on these funny moments where like I turned to my dad and I was like, Dad, like I'm just so embarrassed. Like my legs are just so hairy. He was like, I was like, look at, I remember there was like one really long hair on my knee, and he was like, just get a scissor and cut it off. I was like thinking back to my dad telling like so innocently being like, if it's really bothering you, just get a scissor and cut it off. And then going home and telling my mom, like, and she was like, no, we'll get you like Nair or something to start you off. We're not going to cut your hair off with scissors.
Yeah, nothing like being a hairy preteen. Mm-hmm. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
My mom would get me the Jolene, the hair dye for your upper lip before I started like taking the, not like a razor, but like one of those little electric things that they have for your face. But yeah, no, there was a while that I was dyeing my upper lip hair at like 13.
Yeah,
12.
it's the Italian.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Younger than that, honestly.
I think I was getting my eyebrows waxed by my aunt like when I was like 3. Yeah. like full blown unibrow. Still to this day, gotta make sure they're done or else I'm gonna have a full uni. All right, we don't have much.
We actually have a brand new segment.
Yeah, new segment.
And we have an interview, but we have a brand new segment.
Who can come up with the worst headlines?
It's called Did You Hear?
Did you hear?
And we have an interview with Kelly Bensimon.
Yes, we do.
Which is
talking
great.
all about Ultimate Girls Trip, RHONY Legacy.
Yep.
Which, you know, big Bravo girls on this podcast lately, and I am promising to continue that into the year of 2024 because in my eyes, Bravo is where it's at, and I think ABC needs to get with it, Bachelor wise.
Yeah.
We've all been there trying to fit everything we might need for a trip, only to end up with a suitcase bursting at the seams. But with Base, there's room for everything. You can have, you know, shoes at the bottom of the base bag. You can have your outfits in the top of the base bag. You got your makeup bag. You could slide that in there. You know, sometimes you want to overpack. Everyone's got to overpack undies. That's my rule. I go overpack them with the undies, and that's no problem. Deciding between a few pair of shoes, not a problem. Bring them all with Base. Base has thought of everything you could ever want in a piece of luggage. 360-degree gliding wheels, a cushioned handle, built-in weight indicator, washable bag, bags for your dirty clothes. That is so important to me. When you are traveling and you're like, what do I do with my dirty clothes? Having a separate bag to put your dirty clothes in that you can put into your luggage is super important. I love it. And all the interior pockets you need to keep organized. Their luggage comes in multiple sizes and colors. And for short trips, the Weekender bag is super functional. I love a Weekender bag when I'm just going home to Long Island for the weekend. You know, not a full luggage, just a Weekender bag does exactly what you need. It's for the weekend. And it even has a place to store your shoes separately. That's my favorite part of it. Open up the bottom, put your shoes in. I put my skincare on the bottom, my makeup bag at the bottom, and it is perfect. Every piece is made to look better with miles, so you don't have to worry about it in cargo or overhead. And Base has over 30,000 5-star reviews. I know you guys have seen Base all over your social media, your TikTok. People love Base. We love Base. So whether you're packing for a quick trip or looking to breeze through the security line, Base has your personal items covered. Right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting Base Travel. That's BEIS travel.com/chicks. Go to basetravel.com/chicks for 15% off your first purchase. Once again, that's BEIS travel.com/chicks.
We're just gonna go back and forth with some stories, because we always joke that this is the time of year everything's winding down. We're gonna do a fun best of episode for our last episode of the year, but just like topics wise, it's either like dark and serious or just completely irrelevant, you know? But like that's where we are. So we don't have too many topics to go in depth on, but Maria.
Yes, Francesca?
Did you hear that Taylor Swift made Travis Kelce homemade cinnamon rolls before the Chiefs-Bears game?
I can't believe it.
Homemade.
I am
stars. They're just like us.
Seriously, I'm in awe. Not even from the Pillsbury container.
Homemade.
Where did she find the time?
She's a baker. Where
What
does she
recipe
find the
did
time?
she use?
Did what?
What recipe did she use?
Oh, I don't know.
They're
That's a good
lacking
question.
details in this hard-hitting journalism right here.
She made homemade cinnamon rolls for pre-game meal. And they look delicious.
I'm sure they tasted really yummy.
Also, I'm like, what is this picture? There's a picture of cinnamon rolls, but why would I have that picture of cinnamon? Oh, it's a picture from her Instagram from May of 2020 where she made cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls is her go-to.
So
when Taylor says she's bringing a dish
Yeah.
to a party, she's bringing homemade cinnamon rolls.
Yep.
I saw an article. This isn't mine. Did you hear? But I saw.
I was gonna say, did you hear?
No, did you hear? I saw an article where a source said that Travis Kelce asked Scott Swift for Taylor's hand in marriage, and they've been talking. There's no fucking way that this is like real.
Right.
There's no way that this is. Do I think that in the back of their minds, Travis and Taylor may be thinking, oh my God, this person's the one. Maybe they've had talks like, oh my God, I want to marry you someday. That's all very possible. But I don't think people are going to know exactly when Travis asked Mr. Swift if he could marry her daughter. I don't see where in a world where people would know that right now.
Fair.
Maybe, but I don't know. Okay, friend, did you hear that Blake Lively says she got her maximalist style from her mom in rare selfie of the two of them?
Oh, hanging out with mom?
Rare. It's not always we see a picture of Blake and her mom.
You know what I actually did care about, though, I will say, is seeing all the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants ladies together.
That was nice. That was
so
a nice little reunion.
They're so supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And I love that they're all friends still. And they were all there supporting America Ferrera.
Unlike some that we talked about recently.
I know. So I'm saying they've really,
Vanessa and Ashley.
they've all really stuck together, and they just share the nicest. They just share like the nicest messages about each other. Like the Instagram captions that they write about each other are so nice. They really are.
My mouth is absolutely watering for homemade cinnamon rolls.
I know. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, how badly I want cinnamon rolls in my mouth.
Yep.
Just like when I learned about, you know.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Rhea, did you hear
Yes.
Different frostings.
that Emily? Oh God.
Oh, man. I wish I thought of that.
Ugh.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, that just ruined me looking at this picture of cinnamon
Why?
rolls.
Tasty. Stop. I'm sorry.
Emily Ratajkowski denied comped seats to MSG after exiting thrilling Knicks game early with Arena Shake.
I'll tell you, I did see that. I did hear about that
Crazy.
one on page 6.
Didn't no comp seats.
Shit. She denied them?
She's not on the VIP list. Sources exclusively told Page 6 that after Emrata and her fellow model pal Arena Shake exited a nail-biter Knicks victory with a couple minutes to go, she subsequently put in for Rangers tickets at MSG but didn't get the coveted comped seats. The top model is still welcome at MSG as long as she buys tickets like any paying customer.
Damn.
I feel like fully agree with that. Like, if we're gonna give you free tickets and then you leave, why would we keep giving you tickets?
Yep. An MSG spokesperson said that the recent Rangers ticket request, Emily was not offered comp tickets for the Rangers, but she was offered and is welcome to buy great seats at any time. Nothing like saying, like, hey, yeah, thanks. You're more than welcome to just buy your own seats.
Did you hear? Disney's Animal Kingdom welcomed a newborn elephant calf. It's the first time in 7 years an elephant has given birth at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Wow.
Well, that's a nice story.
That is a nice story. I do like that. Have you seen any of the TikToks about this giant seal that's in Australia or
No.
Tanzania? I think it's absolutely insane. They call him Neil the Seal. He's ginormous. And he's just like terrorizing this small town. Like he's in
1,000 pounds?
Yeah, he's just like in people's lawns.
That's crazy.
He's like like up at people's houses. He's in the middle of the road. He's all over the place. He's all over the town.
Get back in the water.
He goes in the water. He comes out. He's all over my TikTok of people being like, "Oh, Neil," and then they're spraying him with a hose. They're making sure
Neil the Seal often likes to rest in the middle of the road.
Yes. Yeah,
That's where he finds it most
stopping
comfortable.
traffic. Oh man, that just sometimes you just like are like what? All my TikTok just went up to all Neil the Seal videos. Like I've been sending them back and forth. You know what's funny is sometimes when you like do when your TikTok like G and I sometimes are just synced, and I sent her. I was like, "Oh my god, did you see Neil the Seal?" And she was like, "Oh my god, I just tweeted about him like 30 minutes ago. I didn't even see this message because we were just both being fed Neil the Seal videos." Okay, did you see Victoria Beckham's son Romeo wearing a Spice Girls t-shirt?
Oh my God. His own mother?
His own mother.
I didn't see that.
Can you believe
I can't believe it.
that he would wear that shirt?
I wonder if it's vintage. Or is it a new one?
Is it new?
Did he buy it? Did he get it out of Victoria's closet?
Yeah.
Where did he get this?
Oh man.
Did you hear or did you see
Oh.
that Chick-fil-A closing on Sunday could end under proposed New York legislation?
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Would it just be New York?
The 2 New York state lawmakers have introduced such a bill.
I don't get it though. How can they force them if it's a religious thing?
The bill will require Chick-fil-A eateries at New York State Thruway service plazas to be open 7 days a week. Oh, okay. So it's not in all of New York. It would be,
right.
That's a headline grabber for sure. It grabbed me. It got me.
Oh, I will say, did you hear, and I'm sure you did, but this one is, now we're kind of getting into things that I'm interested in.
If you talk long enough, you'll get there.
Yeah. Did you see that clip of Miranda Cosgrove on Good Guys where
Yes.
she says she's never had any alcohol?
I did see that. She said she's had like 2 sips of things. She said she's never even like felt slightly buzzed.
She said she's never smoked, that she had a edible one time, like a brownie, and that she slept for 17 hours.
That's impressive. Every time I see a video of her, I'm like, I want her to come on this show.
I know.
By the way,
she looks fantastic, and maybe it's because of the no alcohol.
I think not drinking really helps.
You think?
Like,
yeah, I mean, she's so interesting, and I saw them talking about how when she got cast in Drake and Josh, and then like a year later, it was like she was in School of Rock, and they were like, oh wow, like Miranda, getting her big break on Drake and Josh, how nice. And then she went on to do like just a movie that's been iconic for 20 years. Did you see, this is actually interesting, Demi Lovato's ex posting about the new engagement being like, my ring was bigger.
Yeah.
Bro,
what a loser
shut
that guy
up.
is.
that guy's so funny.
You're such a loser.
Such a loser.
Oh my God. He couldn't be more of a loser.
Could not be more of a loser.
She definitely looks back on that like, ugh. Like, God, I cannot believe I even spent a little freckle of my time with that man.
How about Guy Fieri saying that he plans to die broke and will leave none of his fortune to his sons unless they get 2 degrees after inking new $100 million deal with the Food Network. So he said he got inspired by Shaq when Shaq said, like, his kids need to get degrees. So Guy Fieri says he doesn't plan on leaving his sons, Hunter or Ryder, any money in his will unless they get a pair of degrees. Shaq said it best. Shaq said, if you want this cheese, you got to get 2 degrees. So yeah,
seems like a fair deal.
He says he will not leave an inheritance unless they meet the educational parameters he set. So, like, that's nice, but coming from 2 people who dropped out of college, like,
yeah, what if they
we don't deserve,
right? Like,
we don't deserve to get an inheritance from our parents because we didn't graduate.
Make that rule.
Right, but
but they're saying
and
that.
But what about if these kids find themselves a successful job where they make money where they didn't have to graduate college?
No, I do get
a la me and Fran.
I do get the sentiment of like, I mean, Guy Fieri obviously I'm sure his children have grown up very privileged, just like Shaq's kids. So I get it in that sense where it was like my kids grew up so rich already. But
also in reality,
they gotta work for.
That's just not true.
Here's the thing.
He's gonna leave them money.
In reality.
I don't know. He says he would die broke.
In reality, it's annoying. Like, I understand wanting, you got to teach your kids right from wrong, teach them not to be spoiled brats.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're like, that's kind of annoying. If you're his kids, you're like, that's kind of annoying.
His kids are in school right now too, so they're
doing their thing.
They're on their way
but
there.
What if
anyway.
they find a job that they don't need a college degree?
They mean high school and college, or like college and then masters?
I think
it's high school and then graduate college.
Okay, so that's not like great. Like, he's gonna be paying for your education.
Yeah.
Just go.
I think one of his sons is already like getting his master's in something too. So
yeah, I mean,
like, go to college. It's fun.
You could probably have a good time in college and just barely get by, and he's not even gonna care. Just get the degree.
He didn't say get a 4.0. He said get a degree.
Get a degree.
Yeah. Barely passing.
Get
C's
the degree.
Get degrees.
Yes, they do. Amen. But what if they find a passion where they don't need a degree?
Well, then just go for 4 years and then you get a huge fortune.
That's true.
Is there anything you want to close out? Do you have one last one, or are we good?
I don't have one last one.
Okay.
I think we
That's
covered.
all you heard?
That's all I heard for today.
Did you hear? I kind of like that. That was fun.
Did you hear?
Like, it was a good way to like go through things quickly and discuss them. And
yeah, it's kind of similar to the one more thing.
Yeah.
But
whatever happened.
But we could just go.
Did you hear?
Just go back and forth.
Did you hear this? All right, so I think that wraps up all the things that we heard today.
Yes,
and
it does.
We will be back on Friday with the biggest moments, pop culture moments of 2023. We're gonna have a good time recapping it all. If you want us to talk about something specific that happened in pop culture that we didn't really touch on thoroughly this year, let us know, and maybe we'll touch on it on Friday. So
it's a good idea.
We're gonna get into the interview now.
You just think about that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Did you hear? I just thought about it. I just thought about that.
Yep.
And that wraps it up.
We have a great interview with Kelly Bensimon talking all things Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. New York Legacy Edition. The holidays are full of get-togethers and celebrations, but in between all the excitement, it's important to pause and make time for the little moments too, with a nice cold Coors Light. Like when the party's thinned out and you get to crack open a beer with a few good friends, those are the moments that are made to chill. So take a second or two to chill this holiday season with Coors Light, the beer that's made to chill. The mounds on the bottles and cans even turn blue when your beer is cold. That way you always know when it's time to chill, like the one I have in my hand right now. Cold, crisp, delicious. We're heading into the holidays. We're so close. This is it, guys. We're here. So make sure any family parties, any events you're having, that you are stocked up on your Coors Light so that you can enjoy your holiday chill, enjoy family time, relax, and have a nice cold Coors Light. So make time to chill this holiday season and reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks, and always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We have Kelly Bensimon in studio. Super excited to talk to you all. Real Housewives, you're back in the game. If you don't know, former Real Housewives of New York, housewife of New York. And it's been a few years and you're back for the ultimate girls trip.
I know.
Legacy edition.
Legacy, the best.
Yeah. What made you decide to jump back into it with especially with these ladies?
Well, first of all, Luann's been trying to get me back on the show since the Ice Age.
Okay.
I filmed in, you have to remember, I was on 2009, 10, and 11. That was a long time ago. And she's like, you have to come back. Please be my friend. Hang out with me. And so, I filmed with her a lot. I guess I can't remember the seasons, but I'll let you guys know. Because I'm like, obviously I'm not paying attention to all this stuff. I'm like, I have no idea, episode, seasons, whatever. Anyway, so she's been always trying to get me back, which is so great. And it's just so much fun to be back with these ladies, especially where I am in my life right now. So huge transition.
Right.
My two daughters are in their early 20s, graduated from college. Yay, girls.
Yeah.
They both have great jobs. My oldest daughter works at UEG. My youngest daughter works at Abilene. They're doing so well. I just got engaged, so I'm moving
Congratulations.
Moving out of my apartment. They're moving into their apartments. So it's like this super bittersweet moment, and then bam, I go on the ultimate girls trip. And so, everyone's saying like, you're so vulnerable. I'm like, because I'm in a very vulnerable moment in time. And it just felt really good. It felt really good to like be around great women who are have been like, have gone through a lot in their lives. And I just felt, I really like needed that kind of mentoring and that support from them.
How was this presented to you in the first place? Obviously, you hear trip, it's not the usual filming. You're going on a trip, so that excites you. But was it brought to you by Luann?
No, it was brought to me by a big Chanel bag. No, I'm kidding. No, Luann, she's wanted me on for a long time. And then she was asking me about Legacy, if I would do Legacy. And she's like, are you sure you would do that? I'm like, of course. Like, I'm in a different place in my life. And then they switched gears and went to Ultimate Girls Trip, which I was actually like, I love St. Bart's. Yeah. My daughter did the PR for the Abilene book. So there's like, she was like, Mom, there's thousands of pictures of you in this book, which was, so fun. And I obviously love St. Bart's. I've gone there, forever as a model and then as a mom. And it was just fun to be there with them. It was really fun.
Yeah. So you basically had to spend how many days with all of these ladies in one house after not seeing them for, spending that kind of time with them for a while?
7 days.
Okay.
7 days, 7 nights.
So but like you were saying, there was a lot of discussions around Legacy. Was it going to be a whole new series? And then, it became Ultimate Girls Trip. Which one would you have preferred?
I really liked the fourth wall element of the Ultimate Girls Trip because it's just a great opportunity for the viewers to really get a strong sense of like who we are and where we've where we've come from and where we're going, which is awesome. But I really needed time with the women. Yeah. Like when I got there, the first thing that I did is I spent one-on-one time with every single woman to check in with them. Like I knew what I was going through, but I'm like, where have they been? What's going on in their lives? Because,
we see each other, but we don't always get to spend that much time together. And so it was just a nice opportunity just to check in. And I needed more of that check-in time. So I really, wanted more of that.
Who were you the most nervous to spend a week with?
At the beginning, everyone was like, watch out for Dorinda, and, I've known her for so long, and I've met her at many parties, and, she's an amazing, amazing human. Yeah. She's just so loving and so caring. And she when she has a couple drinks, she has some fun. And, some people act differently. And, I personally don't care because I don't take it offensively at all because she's arguing with everybody all the time. So I'm I'm just one of them,
Yeah. Right.
But she's a very, very cool girl. So I felt really badly that was what was said about her because she's a great human, really great human.
Because we saw that initially, it kind of felt like the first 3 episodes are out, so everybody can watch the first 3 episodes. But it felt like Dorinda was the first to maybe snap. Not snap, but she was poked a little bit about the whole pause thing. Did you think that reaction made sense when Kristen brought it up? Or it was just don't poke the bear on the pause?
I think I loved what she said, but I already said that in 2008. Yeah. I said that. But I loved what she said. I thought it was really fun. I was like, yay! Everyone's getting the memo.
Yeah.
Because it's what's great about this show too, and because it's so intense and so submersive that people are just responding the way that they want to respond, which is great. Yeah. And I really, really appreciate that. And I really, really like that. Sometimes when you're, on a show with, over 20 episodes, sometimes it gets a little okay, what are you going to do now? Versus when you're just in it and it's super intense.
Right. When you initially stopped filming, was part of you really upset? You're seeing it on TV, you're seeing, everybody go through the motions, or were you kind of no, this is for the best?
It's reality TV and it's just so much fun. And, it's women behaving badly. We're not on a show where it's like Betty Crocker. It's supposed to be Girls Gone Wild. So it was really fun to be with them. And it's honestly sometimes very amusing. I mean, you're going to see when you guys watch, literally I'm drinking and then I'm eating because the food is so good there. And I was really enjoying myself. And then I'm oh, I don't really like what they said. And so I blurted out and I go back to my drinking and eating.
Right.
So for me, I'm just do whatever you guys want. I'm enjoying myself. I was it was like watching a movie and then I could scream at the camera. I was guys, what's happening? I was really enjoying the food.
Yeah, the food did look so good. There's a couple of meals that I watched you guys have that specifically I think there was one lunch Luann was ordering for the whole table and everything she was throwing out. I was oh my God, that sounds amazing.
It was unreal. I was I have to do more yoga. I have to do more yoga.
Oh my God, looked so, probably smelled
If we had smell-o-vision, you would have.
Yeah, I know. I'm right. I'm just thinking about it in my head now. It's making me.
And everybody else was I'm just going to be drinking. I'm bring your food over here.
Right. The classic, there's all this food on this table now.
I'm known as the model that doesn't eat, but I'm pigging out on everything.
Right. So. Well, when on vacation.
Yeah, especially in safe arts.
Technically a vacation. Do you watch the episode? Yeah. Do you watch the episodes back at all, or have you not? When you were on originally, did you watch those back ever? And are you watching Ultimate Vacation?
So I got in trouble because I would go through, it was different then. We had, there was a CD and you had it on your computer so you could kind of see yourself. And so I'd go I would only watch myself because I was let me just see what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what everybody else does, that's not my game. I'm not a person that's I saw you do that, so I'm going to go after you. I don't watch other people's shows. I don't that's not true. I have seen some things. Before I went to BravoCon, I watched some of the other women's shows because I wanted to be in the narrative.
Right.
But for my own
just
self,
recognize faces at least.
Yeah, I wanted to be in it. I didn't want to be I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So I didn't really, back then, it was different though too. It was what am I watching? I was in the scene and I didn't want to be disingenuous. That was my whole thing that I was always saying whatever I see is what I actually see. And I think the fans really resonated, especially with my daughter's age. They were they're you're so real and honest. I mean, some of the old, women were oh my God, you're not playing the game right. But I'm not they don't hire me to play the game. They hire me because I don't play the game. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone has their role.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, now I'm like, maybe I should have watched some of it, but I'm like, you know what? It's like I think that people wouldn't trust me.
Yeah.
If I was just like, okay, I saw this and this is my, impression.
Because that usually comes into play with the reunions when everybody watches the show back and they see what everybody else said, and then it gets everybody riled up.
And I never watched the show back.
So you were like, I don't know what everyone's getting mad at.
I'm like, I mean, well, they were always getting mad at me anyway, so I didn't need to watch the show. I'm like, here we go again.
Like, I'm being told.
Right. I got in trouble. I did this. I'm terrible. I'm horrible. I'm this. I'm that. I'm like, okay, thanks, guys.
If you're looking for a new wireless plan, well, there is a new Straight Talk wireless offering that's now available, where you can get a Walmart Plus membership included on select Straight Talk wireless plans for free. Only Straight Talk Wireless gives you unlimited data, talk, and text, plus a Walmart Plus membership included on select plans for free. Some of those perks with the Walmart Plus membership through select Straight Talk Wireless plans are free delivery from Walmart stores, free shipping, no order minimum, a Paramount Plus membership, and member prices on fuel, gas savings. Straight Talk Wireless is available at Walmart and Walmart.com. So if you are looking for the wireless company that gives you unlimited data, talk, and text, plus a Walmart Plus membership included on select plans for free, look at Straight Talk Wireless. It's a new offering. It's great. And you can go to Straight Talk Wireless at Walmart.com, or it's available at Walmart stores. Did you know that in the moment that Dorinda had watched Scary Island while you guys were in the house?
No, but I mean, how amazing is that?
Yeah.
Where they're not watching
It was
her
very
scenes,
meta.
they're watching mine.
Yeah. Dorinda's like, I've never seen it before. And she put it off where she put it on while she was getting ready.
I mean, yeah, it's the new Get Ready With Me with Scary Island.
Obviously so much time has passed since Scary Island, and it was a big conversation for you guys all to have while you were there. Can you like laugh about it now, or was it kind of like, all right, girls, like let's talk about something else?
I mean, if you remember, I'm the one that called it Scary Island.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that went to New York Magazine and had the breakthrough. So, when I was down there, I was like, something's afoot. This is like not good. Really bad things are happening, and I'm just not going to be a part of this. And so I was like, okay, Kiki's out. I'm going to go home and go ride my horse and hang out with my kids. And I obviously got in trouble for that, whatever, on camera by the fans. But you have to do what you have to do. And again, one of the reasons that I resonate so well is because I'm so honest and truthful. So if you ask me a question, I will tell you the answer. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it because it's the right answer for the fans. I tell it exactly how it is. And, good, bad, or ugly, that's who I am. And so now I don't laugh about it because there's nothing to laugh about. I'm the one that packaged it. Do you know what I mean? I'm the one that made it Scary Island. So if it were something that was really serious where I was like, I had an issue, don't you think I would have brought a doctor on and went through a whole process and kind of by the way, and back in 2009, we weren't talking about, mental wellness. And that wasn't really, people love to talk about it as mental wellness, but it had nothing to do with that. There was a situation I didn't want to be a part of. And so I was like, you guys go and enjoy yourself, go forth and prosper. And I'm going to move my little body over here onto an airplane and leave. And that's what I did.
And it makes sense.
So for them to watch it now, I'm like, oh, you don't give, I'm like, if you want to ask me, and no one asked me. No one ever asked me. Because I don't think they wanted to know the truth. They
just referred to Scary Island as an event.
Like, something's gonna happen. I'm like, I wish something would happen like Scary Island and we'd have a big cathartic moment. But they don't know what happened. No one does, actually. The only people that were there are Sonia and Ramona, and they just wanted to be on the train that was leaving the station.
Right.
They were on a show. They knew that there was another show in the making. So whatever they could do to be a part of whatever was happening, they were going to go for it. And that doesn't make me mad at them. I mean, I would have done the same thing if I were in that position.
Yeah.
But, it's all good news. And, I never got canceled. I was never put on pause. I've been in the Bravo universe for many, many years on many, with, $1 million listing at many iterations. So, it's all good news.
Yeah. I think when you're with these, like with women that you have known for so long and, you've been in and out of each other's lives, you get these kind of funny drama that is personal, but from viewers, you're like, you can kind of laugh about it, right? So like you and Luann, you've known each other for a long time. And this drama about you not inviting her to any Rangers games seemed like it can only be drama from somebody that you actually know, like it feels kind of silly.
Right.
But why haven't you invited Luann to any Rangers games? And have you since then?
When she said that to me, I was like, back of my head, because I was like, okay, now I'm in like, Housewives mode. And I was like, oh my God, this reminds me of like my first reunion where she was like, you don't say you know me and you don't hang out with me and you don't do all these things. And it's just her just wanting to like spend more time with me, which is actually a super huge compliment. And, I always, I was trying to explain to her, but it didn't air, but, I was explaining to her that, I have a really big job and I also raised 2 kids on my own. So didn't just raise them like, hi kitties, here's a sandwich. Like, I'm the mom, I'm the dad. I'm like, I basically literally the absolute everything for them. And so just my priorities are totally different. She has a lot of free time. She had a husband that took care of her. She has a lot of freedom to do a lot of the things that she wants to do. Where for me, it's like really like the almighty dollar is like what I was like, like seeking to make sure that my kids had everything. And so when I do go to certain things, I do get invited to things, it's not like I have these like passes, right? And I would love to take her and I wanted to take her and I thought it would be fun for her, but I didn't think it was going to be this kind of big thing until she found out that that's how I met my fiance. And so she was like, Kelly met him there. I can meet him there.
Yeah, okay. I gotcha. Why would your first thought be Luann wants to go to the Rangers game?
Right.
So no one ever. Or why would she want to go there?
Yeah. Right. That's what, and I think it was maybe Sony. One of them in their interviews was like, "Well, Luann wants to go to the Ranger game because there's hot rich men at the Rangers game,
or just hot athletic men. They're just hot men. Period. There's a lot of hot men.
Yes. Which is
I was
funny
just there with
because
my
I was
daughter.
like, that's why
a lot
it
of hot
happens.
men. Yes, they're everywhere.
Well, congratulations, because you said that is where you met your fiance. I saw that you are planning to have 2 weddings.
Yes, 2.
Can you give us the details on that?
So I'll just give you a little bit of inside scoop. So Scott's mom is older, and I just told him, I was like, both of my parents are deceased, and so I'm not going to get married to someone if their parent isn't there.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna, get married in an undisclosed area, so that she can be there and she can be a part of everything. She's given me great advice. She is so nurturing and loving, and I just absolutely adore her. And she's smart and witty, and she's just absolutely everything. She carries a little Louis Vuitton bag, and she wears Ray-Bans. She's got clogs on. I'm like,
amazing.
my
I love
spirit
it.
animal. I love you. Yeah. So I'm just really happy to share that moment with her.
That's amazing.
And then we're going to have another big wedding where, all my friends and his friends and family can come and be together too.
I love that. I see more and more people doing that lately, where there's like a, small, intimate, where you actually get married and then there's like the big wedding.
And also like, I come from the fashion world. Like those dresses, I need a couple.
Yeah, you want to wear a couple of them.
And my daughters, they
changes.
need some. Yeah. My youngest is like, I've got all the choices. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Like
that's amazing.
Yes. So it's going to be major.
Have you dress shopped and done all that stuff yet?
I have not, but I think I'm gonna start at Bergdorf's and just kind of like try everything on. I reached out to Francisco Costa about it. I reached out to Calvin because originally I just like, I've known Calvin all my life, and I thought that he would be like the perfect person to like make me a dress.
Yeah.
And I reached out to some other people. So I really just want to kind of get a sense of like what looks good on me, because my body's different now than it was when I first got married, and so I just kind of want to see what that vibe looks like.
Super excited,
because you can really plan for different things, like whatever more intimate thing you have, like you can go more classic, traditional. Maybe Scott's mom is there,
Right, but
and then
everything-
multiple throughout the night.
and then you can
even
turn,
Right,
at
I
both
know.
of
you can turn the
them.
heat up on the big party.
I just had lunch with 2 of my friends yesterday. We're talking about like the bachelorette party. We're talking about the wedding, and they're like, "Oh my god, I totally know what I'm wearing on Friday." And like people are just getting super excited about what they're going to be wearing because I want it to be really fun. I don't want it to be like I know I'm a bridezilla just because my attention to detail is like over the top, but I just want my friends to have a really good time. Most people are like, it's all about me. I'm like, no, it's all about my friends.
Yeah, totally. Are your daughters going to be coming to your bachelorette?
Yes. They're 23 and 25.
Yeah, I was going to
So
say
fun.
that's like
So fun.
And honestly, it'd be like having you guys. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so
I'm like,
much
oh,
fun.
like that seems like a blast.
You're like, I'll come.
Yeah.
So I mean, they go to everything with me. They
Right.
go to the range. They go to Nick's. They go to all the events. They go absolutely everything with me. So I'm like, they were like, well, Mom, we're like totally hosting this. I'm like,
Yeah.
great.
They're going to plan it, and it's going
Right.
to be
Exactly.
unreal.
It'll be the best
Yeah,
thing ever.
gonna be like male strippers and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna be like, ah.
Will any of your Housewives ladies getting a wedding invite, do you think?
Of course.
To the big
yes,
party?
Yes. To both parties. So I'm just kind of like figuring out like the number and like what we can do. And so yeah, definitely. And to
Super,
the
super
Bachelorette.
exciting. Of course.
man.
I mean, another ultimate girls trip, but off camera.
I mean, well, I was like, we should definitely do this on camera because I want people to also have like a newfound love for bachelorette parties and like just to have a really good time. You don't have to like, there's no massages, there's no bullshit. It's like all mojitos, all hot clothes, all great
Drinking
hair.
on the beach.
It's like, I want like major fun and drama and just like insanity for my bachelorette party. I do not want to have like an iPad.
You're like, I don't want to
yeah,
relax.
Like,
I
right.
want afterwards, I'm going
I
to need
don't-
to
yeah.
relax.
Right, exactly.
No
And I can go-
downtime.
right, no downtime.
Right.
Oh,
my
The
God.
whole thing's good. Well, that would be so fun. I mean, everyone would love to watch that too. What is your relationship like? Would you say you have kept a good relationship with Bravo? Obviously, you said you've done a bunch of different shows and whatnot. Because we are in this reality reckoning, as a past co-star of yours has now called it, where they like of.
Bethany, to be clear.
Like this reality reckoning now of how Bravo has treated their stars and whatnot. Have you feel like you have always had a good relationship with Bravo?
I am so excited for my brother's wedding next year in 2024. And you know who we have to thank for that big wedding that's coming up is Hinge, because my brother found his soulmate, my soon-to-be sister-in-law, who is an absolute gem, all thanks to Hinge. Hinge is the dating app designed to be deleted. And why is that? Because Hinge gives you a sense of someone's personality and lets you share your own. I know that as soon as they met each other, hit it off, they deleted Hinge because they found the one. And that could be you too. You get to know potential dates through their unique answers to prompts, plus get a sense of someone's dating intentions and what they're looking for. If you're looking for the one to settle down with, you're looking for your soulmate, maybe you're looking to have a little fun, you know what the intentions are on Hinge, and there are no rules, times, or games on Hinge. So if you're feeling inspired and you want to give Hinge a try, go for it. Download Hinge today and find someone worth deleting the app for. I know that my brother and my future sister-in-law would agree that they found someone worth deleting the app for. If they didn't, then that's a problem, but I think they did, and we're gonna have a great wedding next year and celebrate the two of them, all thanks to Hinge. So right now, download Hinge today and find someone worth deleting the app for.
I mean, I've just had a really great relationship with Bravo.
Yeah.
I mean, we did some of the most iconic scenes of all time. Number 2 and 3 of all time are This Is Me and This Is You.
Yeah.
And Scary Island.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to say that we don't have a good relationship is, untrue, because we really did those amazing moments that people can't stop watching. And we're back on, Ultimate Girls Trip, and they're watching it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just the gift that keeps on giving, and it's just all good news. It's like, I know what my job is. I report for duty, and I have the best time doing it.
Watching these episodes, my first gut reaction, I thought maybe that you and Kristen would get along. And not that, I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens if there's something, but you definitely are getting kind of iffy vibes from hers at the beginning. What was your first impression? Because you had not met her before.
Right. I did not meet her
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
And she...
But you knew everybody else.
Right. I knew everybody else. And we have a mutual friend, and she called me before and wanted to strategize. That turns me off. I mean, obviously we've talked about me being authentic. So that like really turned me off at the beginning.
Strategize like you're going on Survivor?
I know. I was like, do I need like a kit?
Right.
Mine's gonna have all gum and candy, so I don't know. So I didn't like that at all, and I was just pretended like I was busy because I just was like, I don't want to strategize with anyone. So that turned me off, and then when we started to film, she was like, season 2 and episode 1, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? I just spent like the past 3 hours talking to every single housewife and checking in, and you're gonna start like this,
Right.
But that's her thing. You know what I mean? She has fun doing it, and like it's no harm, no foul. And we have so much fun doing so many other things throughout the season. We had so much fun at BravoCon. I did all the press with her. It's all good news.
Yeah.
When you hear somebody say like the word strategize, do you then feel like when they're on camera, they have planned out how they're going to act? And so it's like a little frustrating when people see a certain thing and have thoughts about what they're watching, but you're like, they're kind of like going into it, planning how they're going to act.
Right. And that's like Real Housewives, like we bring receipts to the reunion.
Yeah.
We call Andy Cohen, they're not being nice to me. Like that's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't strategize.
Right.
Like again, this is not Survivor.
Right.
And so that was the thing. And it's like, and again, that's totally her vibe. And I think, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how fans, like how she resonates with fans. It's really none of my business, but like that's just not my thing. And I'm never going to be like that. So you never have to worry.
The host comment makes more sense in that context too, because now it kind of makes you think that she probably did do some studying and wanted to, because like this show is such a massive, like breaking the fourth wall, having these discussions. You all have been so many iconic moments that maybe for her, she was like, in order for me to make sure my voice is heard, maybe I need to be the one to facilitate these conversations, to be like, well, in season 5, you did this. Do you remember when that happened? Like, because she wasn't there. So maybe like that's how she had to make sure she was involved in a way.
But I mean, and listen, everyone has their own way of reacting and responding. And again, like I was drinking my wine and then I was eating my food. And if someone says something I don't like, then I respond in kind, like a normal person does. Like if we're all at lunch and, you say like, I don't like your horse girl necklace. Like I'll be like, wait, what? Yeah. Why don't I will respond normally.
Yeah.
And so I think that's another, that thing that's hard for some of the fans when they watch stuff that's so like, just be in it and just have fun. Like we're women for 7 days in St. Bart's. Like just enjoy yourself and genuinely really enjoy yourself. Yeah. Don't like tell people you're enjoying yourself. Like I was having a really good time, and there's just so many moments that were so amazing. You see me vulnerable. I mean, you're going to see, when you guys see the new episodes, I mean, it's totally, it's the Kelly you don't know. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really exciting.
I love that. Where did all those guys come from that Ramona brought to the house?
One of them was DMing me. I'm like, wait a minute, everybody's trying to get laid and they're DMing me. Like, what is going on?
I was cracking up because it's just so like, when Ramona was like, oh, there might be some guys who come, I'm thinking 3, 4, and then all of a sudden 10 guys just walk into the house, and it's like, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
There was more guys than girls.
There were. And it was funny because I was with my girls in Europe, and we were at the Ritz, and I turn around, and one of the guys from St. Bart's is at the Ritz, working at the Ritz. And he's like, oh, well, I'm here for X amount of time, and then we're going to Shad, and then we're going to Saint Tropez, and then we're going back to St. Bart's. I was like, wait, what?
Like, how did you end up here?
I was like, and it was just really fun. But they're like, all those guys in St. Bart's are just great. They're just great. They're just like all, it's like hanging out with guys in Montauk. It's just good energy, good people, good fun.
Yeah, good. Because it seemed like everybody did have fun.
Right. So
one guy was like
cleaning off
one guy was like cleaning off my feet. Like the other guy's slipping into my DMs. Like I was like, wow. He was like, you are going to have the best French night ever. I'm like, by the way, my ex-husband's French. Thank you for that.
Right. I feel like they've just they really depend on that accent to get them places.
I love it.
Yeah.
My kids are like, Mom, why didn't you speak French? I was like, because Luann's speaking French. Like, let her speak French.
Luann speaks the French.
She's not going to the Rangers games. Let her have this.
Right, let her have the French.
Right,
exactly. I'm DMing the guy in French. I'm like, all good.
Oh my God, that is really funny. It's just, I do love watching all of you ladies together because it does feel like it is still a party. You know, like it's still, everybody's still having fun. Everybody's still entertaining themselves, entertaining others.
Yeah. And it's almost not long enough to have, you know, you have a little bit of drama, but not like the drama that's going to take an entire season.
Right.
Like
It's
you
not
said,
building months
20
and months.
episodes, months and months.
Yeah.
Like,
But I
you know,
miss
it's
that.
a little trick.
Yeah.
I do. I miss that. I was like, there's stuff that we need to really get into. Like this isn't enough time.
Right. If they spun Legacy into like really Real Housewives of New York Legacy, you would want to do it.
I definitely think so. But as taking myself out of the Real Housewives position, like I think that they should fuse the two together. They need to. It needs to have like.
so?
Well, yeah, because it's like we should be filming. Like you guys are in your late 20s, or like so. Like we should be filming with you guys. That's New York. Like I'm with my kids. Like New York is so diverse and is with age range as well, and so like. I just think it would be very, very cool to see like all these, I mean, I learned,
fun.
like,
I've always
I learned a lot
wondered-
from my daughter's friends, and I learned a lot from my friends. So it's just like, it's just a different vibe.
I've always wondered why they don't have, and I guess because it's not, Real Housewives or whatever, like the younger 20s New York City like influencer type people on a show, because you're like, those people have drama all the time, but we just see it like on TikTok. Like it's never played out on TV. So that would be interesting. Have you watched
That's exactly my point.
Have you watched the new season of
I watched a little bit because I know Jenna from the fashion industry, and I know Uba from modeling. So it was fun to like see what was going on, and I didn't get a real sense of everything. I guess there was. I mean, I saw one episode about cheese, and I just was kind of like, I don't know what to do here.
Yes. No,
they need a little bit more time to develop a relationship to then get to the drama. But I definitely enjoyed the first season. With the
I
new
would
ladies.
you would fit in really well with all those ladies too.
Well, because we're like similar. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like remember, like when we're talking about these kind of shows, it's like the first kind of docu-series that we saw was Sex and the City, and like there were 4 women in their 30s. So like that's what we know when we see these shows. That's what we refer back to. And so I think it'd be fun. Yeah. But we had a great time, and I would go with the Legacy ladies anywhere. I mean, can you imagine us skiing? Can you imagine us like in like Asia? Can you imagine? Like, I mean,
way different than the usual. You guys. I mean,
I could watch.
They're just like,
I mean, I could watch Sonia like travel anywhere as well. Like
100%.
She's just naked in the pool.
Yeah.
Like you guys are all getting ready. She's just swimming the laps naked in the pool. She's like, it's salt water. It's basically a bath.
She is literally amazing. I mean, she's like that all the time. She's amazing.
No, I know
she's so funny.
I have never met her, but I saw her at a movie premiere last week, and she looked beautiful. She was in a dress, but she was also just like wearing a crown. Like she just
she had a crown on.
She just had a crown on. Like,
just in case of emergency.
Yeah, we're in a movie theater. Like we're in the AMC Lincoln Square. Like
there may or may not be someone of royalty there, so she might, needs to be ready.
You never know. You never know.
So funny.
So it just
lip
really
gloss,
cracked me
crown.
up.
all the essentials.
Everybody is entertaining, and it makes for great TV, and watching you guys on this trip is great. I mean, has your relationship with Ramona changed at all? Because like people have their hot or cold opinions on Ramona.
I think that she, after we stopped filming, I think it was like when I retired in 2011. I think then she saw me transition in such a big way. I got my MBA. I wrote whatever. The list goes on. But I think that seeing me in real estate when she got her license in real estate, and seeing like how quickly I did well, it was shocking to her. Yeah. And I think she was like, wait a minute. This is like real business. This isn't like monkey business. And I think that her entire perspective changed. Also, her daughter Avery, since like we started filming, her daughter always loved me and was always around me.
Yeah.
And I think too, like later on, she was kind of like, yeah, like Kelly's real. My daughter, like kids and dogs are like always like glued to me. And so I think that, you know, she kind of like just.
She's never called you the wrong name.
Yeah, no, she's never called me the wrong name. No, yeah, no, I always get the right name. And I think she kind of just like calmed down with me, and it kind of was like, you know, she's like, okay, I get, you know, I'm, you know, she's a hardworking woman who made everything on her own, and I respect that a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, it's been so fun to watch, and everyone can watch the episodes on Peacock.
Yes.
Peacock,
which is amazing. Love it. You can stream them,
all
watch them
day
in a row.
long.
Binge them all, watch them week by week. The first 3 episodes are out.
Oh my God, please do get ready with me while watching it.
Yes.
That's would be the best thing ever. And tell me
Amazing.
exactly what you guys think. Tell me about, can we just talk about my hair and makeup and that thing? Like I had like black underneath my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone's like, do you wear mascara? I'm like, do you think? Like my mascara is like another housewife. It's like everywhere.
Well, it's hot in St. Bart's.
Yeah. It is. And I just don't care.
Yeah. But what's also nice about this group of ladies though too is like everybody does get dressed up and looks beautiful and does their makeup, but it's not like over the top mega glam that you're like, okay, you're still on vacation in St. Bart's. Like sometimes the housewives that have they fly their whole team and it's the hair and the makeup and everything every single night. It feels a little less authentic.
You're still on the
I
beach.
think.
It's like,
well, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw myself in high def, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're like, next time I will be flying my hair and
yes,
makeup team.
exactly. And I will get some spackle and we're like,
no, oh
You
my
guys
God.
always
you guys
all
all
look
look
great
amazing and,
all the
and
time.
truly it's fun to watch. So Peacock, new episodes are Thursdays.
Yes.
And you can head to Peacock and watch them all.
We
head to
love
Peacock,
all our
watch
Bravo
them.
on
Thank
Peacock.
you guys.
Yes, thank you so
Beautiful
much for coming
girls.
in.
Appreciate you guys so much.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back on Friday with the best of 2023. So send in your biggest moments of pop culture this past year. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Friday.